So one of the things I feel like is really important for us to talk about is definitely what to do if you have any issues with your package, your shipment, whether it arrives, it doesn't arrive, if it arrives damaged, basically something that happens that's out of the normal. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that today. So what are Blue Mist Collectibles shipping, returns, and policies? So all of this stuff is actually on our website. So if you go to our website, you scroll all the way to the bottom. There's a list there with our refund policy, shipping policy, privacy, all that fun stuff. So if you're ever curious, definitely check out our website at bluemistcollectibles.com to read more about that stuff. What I wanted to talk about today is what to do if you have something go wrong with your package. So what do I do in the event my package is missing, stolen, or doesn't arrive? So the first thing I would probably recommend to do is to ask around your family members and surrounding neighbors, as the package may have been already picked up by family members or got misdelivered to your closest neighbors next to you or across the street. So I definitely would recommend leaving a kind note on their door if they're not home and just saying, hey, I had a package that was supposed to arrive. Maybe you picked it up by accident and let me know. That's probably the first thing I would probably do. If it says it was delivered, sometimes it gets lost on a truck, behind a seat, under a jacket, etc., and usually gets found within 72 hours of estimated delivery when marked as delivered. Now, this is something that happens every so often. It's pretty rare, but it does happen on occasion. I actually worked for FedEx for a while, and I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally lost a package behind or under a seat and under a jacket or a blanket or something like that in my vehicle. So it does happen. It's definitely something to take note of. If it's still not arrive within that 72 hours of delivery, find your tracking number, proof of purchase, and then contact your local distributor center for wherever your package was shipped through. So if it was shipped through USPS, you'll reach out to USPS, UPS, FedEx, DHL, etc., etc. Ask them nicely for their assistance to check on your package. You're going to get a lot better receptiveness and a lot better and more eager help if you're kind and nice to the people over the phone. They're just like anybody else. They're just doing a job. So honey always attracts better, than the other stuff. So that's something to definitely think about. The tracking says it is delivered. Ask if it's still on the carrier's truck, or if it was rejected for any reason, if they can reattempt delivery with ideal days and times if a signature is needed. So that's something to definitely think of, because anything that is over $300 with Blue Mist Collectibles, we will require a signature on your shipment. So if you're not home, or whatever the case may be, if they rejected it, definitely give them a call, let them know, hey, I'll actually be home during these times, or even push it out to a Saturday or whatever when you can be home. If the delivery is suspected to be stolen or lost, return to the website where your package was shipped through and fill out the proper paperwork to get reimbursed through the insurance. We provide insurance for every single shipment, guys. So let's say you bought something for $250. We'll actually include extra insurance on that package to cover it, just in case if something happens. It is a little bit extra money on our part. We have talked about possibly doing things like, hey, this is like an added service for an extra couple of dollars to kind of offset that cost. And that might happen in the future. It just kind of depends on what we want to do, but that's what we're doing right now. Submit a police report if suspected to be stolen. Provide camera footage if available for evidence of the theft. This is probably the most important part. Please do not reach out to Blue Mist Collectibles, as we can't help in these situations. Unfortunately, there's just not a lot we can do in these situations. So it's best to go through because once we give it to the carrier, it is now their responsibility to get that package to you. So if the package does not arrive to you, you suspect it of being stolen or lost, then you got to do the proper paperwork and you got to wait for the funds to be issued to you for the insurance of the product. What do I do if a package was damaged and did not arrive in the condition it was sent out? This is one that's actually very, very important. Please, please, please do not open the package or the product inside. Let me repeat that. Please do not open the package or the product inside if you suspect that it did not arrive in the condition it was sent out. Take pictures of all 6 sides. The more the better. If you can get close-ups, if you can get all that wonderful stuff at the corners, please do that as well. Then reach out to Blue Mist Collectibles via email with pictures, order number, and we will go from there. We will take these as a case-by-case basis, as each can be unique. We will get you a prepaid label to get the product shipped back. We may need a different box. Reused boxes are fine. Make sure any personal information is covered or removed when you ship it back. We will either exchange or refund once the product has arrived to our shop, depending on the circumstances. These are just kind of case-by-case basis. We don't anticipate this to happen very often, but if it does happen, we want to try our best to either reimburse or we want to swap the product out. So definitely reach out to us if you have any issues. What do I do if my package arrives with the incorrect items? Do not open the product inside the box. I can't stress that enough, guys. There's different ways that we can do that, but definitely don't open up the product. Reach out to us via email. Include pictures, your order number, and we'll go from there. We'll take these by case basis as they can be unique. We'll get you a prepaid label if we decide to ship the product back to us, and we'll either exchange or refund once the product has arrived in our shop, depending on the circumstances. We may just reimburse and say, hey, keep the product. That doesn't happen very often, but it could be the issue. We may get you a new prepaid label, and you'll just basically ship it out, and it'll go to the correct person. We'll just take this as the case happens. We actually, the almost 7 months we've been in operating, we've literally have only sent out 2 orders that accidentally got swapped on the labeling. It doesn't happen very often. It's pretty rare. So that's pretty much what I had that I wanted to talk about today. I feel like it's really important to talk about this kinds of stuff, especially when we've had several people that were clearly bad actors. These are people who have had their stuff delivered to them. I think one of them was almost 2.5 months from delivery, reached out to us and say, hey, I didn't get my product. We've had people where they've had the signature signed for, had GPS say that it was delivered, and it was signed by the person at the house, and they contacted us 1 month later saying they didn't get their product. Unfortunately, there's always going to be bad actors in the collectibles world. It is what it is. It's not something that we enjoy. It's not something that we like. Unfortunately, there are people out there who try to get one up on other people, whether it's because they want to feel a certain way about your business, or they want to be disruptive to your business because, I don't know, because they just like being disruptive for other reason, whether it's jealousy. I honestly don't know, guys. People are just going to be weird, and we just kind of do it by case basis. We kind of decide whether this is somebody who has a legitimate issue or whether this is somebody that's a bad actor. Most people who have issues reach out to us fairly quickly. We've had an issue where somebody said they had it delivered. It was delivered to one of their USPS boxes. You know how they have like the detached mail boxes, and they have like different compartments you can put packages in. They said it was delivered there, and they said, I didn't get a key. I didn't get it. Turned out their girlfriend or whatever had picked it up. They didn't realize, and everything was copacetic. So that's why I always say, wait, 1, 2, maybe 3 days, ask around, see what's going on. Oftentimes it's just they didn't realize somebody picked up the mail already, or it got delivered to their next door neighbor. So anyways, guys, we really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching another Shop Talk video. I hope you guys are enjoying these. Definitely let us know what we can talk about next that interests you. And from my family to yours, good night.